Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to do this effect in this new beautiful destinations video by just using transitions and a bit of motion blur. So this is the effect right here. So yeah, it's like a crazy camera pan effect. It's probably shot with that in mind. If we go back into Final Cut Pro, so yeah, this is what I've put together. I think it's kind of similar, but yeah, it's just using transitions and a bit of motion blur. And it gives you sort of that crazy camera pan effect. Okay, so this is going to be my first shot. With the shots that you're going to use to add the camera pan effect, it doesn't really matter what they are. We're going to add a lot of blur over them and you're not really going to see much detail. So let's start off with this one. The transitions I'm going to use to create this effect are the roll world transitions. The camera pan effect goes down first, so I'm going to use this one. Delete that. I'm just going to extend it a little bit. Okay, so that's our first move. This camera pan effect goes kind of like down and then around and back up, but I don't actually have a transition for diagonal down to the right. But what you can do is mix these together to create new effects and new transitions. So I'll quickly show you how to do that. Basically what you want to do is grab a solid, just any solid, and put it underneath. At the moment the transition is just down, as you can see there. But when we add the slide right transition to this solid, and you've got to make it the exact same size as the one above. And now, as you can see, the first part of that transition actually goes kind of like diagonal to the side. So now basically what I'm going to do is keep adding these transitions until the motion creates like a U shape. So let's add another one. And this one just needs to be slide right. Extend that. And now we need right and up. Okay, so I'm going to mix another transition here. I'm going to go, it needs to be mostly to the right, and then I'll copy and paste this. And that one I'm going to add the up transition. So now we have, this one is a slide right and that one is the up. So it's going to create like a up diagonal to the right effect. So to watch this back, I'm going to have to render these because it's quite hard on your computer. Because there's so much going on, it kind of struggles to play it. Cool, so now we've got it pans down, goes to the right, and now we need to start going up. Okay, so that's the movement done. Now what I'm going to do is add the motion blur. All I'm going to do for that is go to my generators. I'm going to use an adjustment layer. I'm going to add the directional blur effect. So if you go to effects, blur, I'm going to add directional. So you want to put the amount to 0, hit the keyframe button, hit the keyframe button on angle as well, and then all we're going to do is scrub through and just add keyframes where they need to be. So I'm going to move this arrow every couple of frames just to follow the camera pan movement and add that motion blur effect. And because I've hit the keyframe buttons up here, it's going to record everything I do on here. So I've skipped a few frames and I'm just going to drag this arrow down, and that's the direction motion blur is gonna be. And then I'm gonna skip a few more frames. Okay, so that's the motion blur added. This is how it looks like with the motion blur. So yeah, that's the effect. The only extra things I did that was add the letterbox effect and a bit of color correction. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.
Now I'm fall for you.